Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a really interesting review of a technology that I think could be maybe a little bit of an indication as to where iron design could go in the future.
I think that's a good point.
Adjustability.
Very cool, I have to say. Just like out of the box, to see an iron like this with 3 weight ports.
Yeah.
I mean, am I correct that no other company has this size of weight port? I know PXG has some adjustability.
They're not doing it like that though.
Not like this.
No one is currently doing it like this. Yeah, the Edel SMS Pro. We actually, somewhere last summer, we tested the SMS, the regular model, and we're really impressed with it. And at the time, I remember hearing from the Edel guys, they're like, we've got something coming I think you'll really like, because I think at the time maybe we said, nice, but not something I would play.
Bit 2 game improvement.
Bit 2 game improvement, but a slimmed down version we would welcome.
These are gorgeous. Milled sole, not overly, but a pretty narrow sole here, so like a very player's design, nice top line.
Well, especially with the little kind of trail and leading edge and trail edge kind of tilt to that. So
smart, the relief there.
I don't know if they're calling it, but it's like a little tri-sole.
Yeah, it looks like
degree.
that. Yeah.
So
sneaky.
Just very clean in and out the turf.
I mean, it's a good looking iron, I have to say.
It really is. So two 2-gram weights, Matty,
and
an 8-gram weight.
Oh, so that's your 8 gram is the meat.
Is the meat? Yeah, that's behind the sensor for now,
Very cool.
And then obviously depending on your strike location to try and kind of support the impact, you would move them accordingly.
I mean, as you said, I think I can see other companies trying to replicate this at some point. But I have to say, the way they've done it is nice and simple. It still looks very good.
It does.
It doesn't look like a ridiculous kind of Frankenstein iron. It's I think nice, simple application. The question that I have and you have is, how much does this do in practice?
Yeah.
Most people are going to say, well, I just want a middle strike to function like a middle strike.
Yeah.
But we know people have strike patterns. You have heel strike pattern, you have toe strike pattern.
Yep.
You try to get the ball flight moving with gear effect, all this kind of stuff is a factor. And it's pretty cool to have a set of irons that not only can you adjust, but every single iron you could adjust differently.
Definitely.
Like your pitching wedge could have a toe weight.
Absolutely.
Your foreiron could have a heel weight.
We see it with Mikey, don't we, all the time, that he tends to pull his short irons and he pushes his long irons. So, configuring those differently, where we may have a toe weight in the wedge and a heel weight in the foreiron, as well as having the lie angle in the right place, and the right shaft and grip, etc. Guys, we always talk about compounding technologies or layering and sort of technologies on top of one another, and that's just this is another layer. This is another option that on top of those other things that we do to help you hit better shots and stabilize your ball flight. This is just another option that would give us the ability to tighten up the windows of your ball flight. Yeah,
I can see this being very appealing to someone in a fit. There's a lot of forged cavity back irons out there, a lot of very nice ones, but none giving you the ability to change your ball flight. Than, lie angle's been your only option. What if you're 0 lie angle, but you still have a bit of a ball flight issue?
Still going that way, and
now you can do something more.
Totally, and it's non-permanent as well. So if you had kind of before, some people would do what's called porting, which they may drill out a part of the head with. You see it more with wedges, but they might take some weight away. This is a non-permanent solution, so as your swing evolves and changes, your needs might change also, and you can move the weights around accordingly.
I love it. So you got the pitching wedge there. Just start. I think we're going to assess just the iron for what it is. Let us know what you think of the wedge. We'll hit some flights, and then once we get to the 7, we'll start messing around with those weights. Bang on. Very nice. How'd that feel?
Nice. I'm not really somebody who moves a wedge kind of around much. Fairly neutral in the delivery. So I think that heavy weight behind on this one, is going to be fine for this. And that was pretty much bang on what I would expect to see.
Yeah, it sounded pretty soft but solid. That sounded great.
Yeah, that was a good one. Felt good.
A little more distance from turning it over, but not out of control. Still catching the green, which is nice. Maintain good spin and similar launch angle. Yes, bang on.
That was good.
That might go in. Maybe? Just a bit, over the flag. Right over the flag. I mean, this is a really nice performing wedge. I think there's nothing in these numbers that indicates that we want to move the weight for you. I think that center weight, obviously, you struck them nicely. The ball flight didn't need to be biased left to right. You hit them basically down the middle. I think that's just a good performing wedge, but an example of a club in the set that just probably doesn't need any adjustment.
No, definitely. Don't really play around too much with wedge flight, so I pretty much point and shoot as much as I can with wedges. So I wouldn't be looking to change this one.
Yeah. You would have to see somebody who was hanging them out to the right, or maybe they were pulling them too much.
Yeah.
Then you might shift that weight around a little bit.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, let's start with a 7 in neutral, and then we'll just go from there. We'll see what the ball flight dictates.
Okay, pal.
Good swing there. Very nice. Right on the yardage.
Yeah, that's better.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Spot on. Perfect yardage. So probably what we're seeing with the 7 with you, again, and it's nothing negative, is that the center weight probably suits you quite well.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But I think at this point, why don't we have a little fun with it? I mean, you've hit 2 perfect 7-irons right up the pipe with it in the center. Do you want to move it to the toe first and see what that kind of affects?
Yeah, let's just maybe try and kind of either side to see kind of it changes anything.
Do you want me to not tell you and I'll move it to one?
Sure, yeah, that'd even better, yeah.
Okay, we'll do it blind. Good swing.
I mean, I didn't feel like I got 100% of the ball. I felt like I got a little bit of the ground, but I'd be more than happy to feel that strike and look up and see that result.
Good swing too.
That one felt good, Matty boy.
Yeah, you've hit a bunch of like just laser straight ones. Are you feeling anything? I'm not trying to give you a loaded question, but are you feeling anything at all?
I felt if you were to, and I'm running the risk of being completely wrong, and I'm happy.
That's fine.
That felt like a deflected strike. That felt like I may have caught it fractionally low toe, and it felt like more of a deflected strike.
Okay, so you obviously have a very trained sensitivity because the weight is actually in the heel.
Right.
So moving the weight to the heel, you slightly toed it. The mass is actually quite far away from the strike.
Yeah.
You felt the head twist a bit.
I felt a little more deflection than I had been feeling, yeah.
So if that weight had been in the toe,
I would have probably went, that felt amazing.
Like it's dead out of the middle.
Yeah.
So the mystery's over. That was in the, I want to switch it to the other side though.
Flip it.
But that's cool. So you definitely notice a difference. And that's, if someone's watching going, why is that good? Well, if you are a heel striker, that would have had the opposite effect.
Definitely.
So we know that there is an effect on something going on if you're able to perceive it that easily.
I mean, that felt unreal.
I was just about to say, if that wasn't the best strike so far, I don't know what was. So good.
Yeah, that felt amazing.
It's by far your best one.
Yeah. Yeah,
great.
I felt it.
Like, look at the efficiency. There's nothing to do with whether you swung faster. That's just a more efficient strike.
Did it sound better?
Dude, it sounded way better.
Yeah.
If I closed my eyes, I would have told you for sure that was your best.
That was the best one.
Swing.
Yeah, I definitely felt it immediately. Like ball hadn't even reached its apex, and I think we both reacted. Like that was the best one.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Great swing. Again, a different sound.
Yeah.
Like just a quality
solid,
of strike.
isn't it? It's more solid.
Just a quality of strike that wasn't there before.
138 again, exactly the same.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Like top end efficiency again. We looked at the wedge already, obviously, but when we get into the 7-iron, which was really what we were messing with, right? So the Pro 7-iron, weight in the middle, good balanced ball flight, absolutely nothing wrong with it. You carried it right on 170. It was pretty straight. You hit the green with all of your shots. Standard deviations are fantastic. We did the weight change into a position that probably didn't suit you. Your ball speed dropped fractionally. I mean, I know it's not a lot. Your launch kind of went up. Your spin kind of went up, indicating that the ball wasn't hit as purely. And then when you put the weight into an area that is clearly suited to you, it's crazy. You got 2 and a bit more miles an hour of ball speed. Perfect launch angle, perfect spin like the first one, but you got 4 yards extra just because the quality of the strike was producing more ball speed. I think that's really cool.
It's cool, isn't it? And across the board, the standard deviations tightened up a little bit. And
your worst standard deviation was when you had the weight in the heel. So we would know in the fit, hey, the heel weight is just not suitable for you. As soon as we put it in the toe, as you said, your standard deviations dropped to basically nothing. You got more ball speed because the strike was super pure. So if you compare, you know, the middle, obviously the heel weight was not great, but middle weight to toe weight for you, just an improvement. If you were in a fitting situation with someone, they'd pick that toe weight for the 7-iron. Now, maybe you wouldn't pick it for the pitching wedge, as we saw.
Yeah.
But it's really cool that you just customized a single iron that way and dialed it in, gave yourself 4 yards to carry.
I mean, if you were on a driving range and you didn't even have quad and the screen set where you could go over the numbers, I could have picked my preference there, and it would have been the exact same order. I would have said, I love the standard one, and then I would have hit the other one and went, yeah, it feels pretty good, but it's deflected. And then hit the other one, it's like, okay, that whatever that is, let's take that one.
Give me that. Yeah. And that's exactly how it sounded from back here. As soon as you struck that first one with the toe weight, that was like the proper sound, perfectly flush. And obviously the directional control was amazing. I mean, the dispersion circles on both of those are impressive, and obviously you didn't give anything up moving that weight around, just gain ball speed.
I mean, kudos to those guys. I mean, they've done an amazing job. This is a really premium package, guys. I mean, I'm just looking at the whole thing. I mean, they've got a gorgeous color scheme, black and red, really nice. They've matched that up with the black and red ferrule with the 4 rings.
Which
again,
I love.
A little premium touch. They've got a nice little Edel sort of sticker on there as well with the black and red rings. And then they've got a dynamic gold Tour Issue 120 X100. You know, like everything about it is premium and really well done. I mean, honestly, you can't say enough good things with this.
It's one of the higher end looking sets of irons I've ever seen in terms of the milling and everything on there. And they did a great job.
Kudos to the guys. This is amazing.
Well, I think you guys can tell we're pretty impressed. You may be watching this going, okay, these are really tiny, you know, incremental things, little tiny changes that Ian got from one weight setting to another, but I think this is a realm that's never been touched with the weight adjustability. And if you want to get your set of 6 or 7 irons, you know, dialed in perfectly, every single iron, this is probably currently the best way to do it.
I would think so.
So we're impressed for that reason, because in just a quick test, you know, 10, 15 shots, we were able to make a weight change for Ian that gave him a way better 7-iron than where he started.
Definitely. I think we need to dive into this a little bit more and do some comparable stuff with other irons that are well regarded in a similar category. And these are definitely, you know, players' cavities, and the other slightly larger SMS. You know, we might want to compare that to, maybe I'm thinking something along the lines like a Strixon ZX7 and ZX5 versus these two, or something, because they're two the most highly regarded kind of irons
for sure
in a similar category.
Can also picture a video where maybe we compare a set of irons that obviously doesn't have this weight system, use Liongle to dial in ball flight, and then use the SMS Pros here and use the weight to dial in ball flight, and just see how that process, because it's a brand new process.
It'd be fun as well to do it with someone who actually doesn't even know that, you know, that's an adjustable system. You know, get someone in here who's completely, you know, kind of oblivious to that, and then we're making subtle changes as we go.
Would be great. Cool. Okay. Guys, thanks for watching. Let us know if you have any questions. You're getting this video right on release day for Edel, so you should be able to go to their website and get the details. Will you be fitting Edel irons?
We will. Yeah, TXT? These will be in the matrix.
Yep. That's good. So high praise there. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.